Hey guys, what is going on? Diamond Damn Applicants here. I'm back with another video, and so I have not been doing videos lately for a few reasons. I recently posted to Reddit pretty much explaining that while I enjoy doing these videos for these events and breaking down the math and doing the spreadsheets and giving you a path to completing the events from a free-to-play point of view and getting all the necessary items that you need, the most recent events have been extremely complicated. This goes beyond anything they've ever done before. This is now where it's spending resources, collecting resources, spending money. And that's literally what it is. And this month, considering that there is no new character, there is no like real necessary amount of like T2 level 4 ions or gear 17 orbs. Like I'm completely skipping this month. I hate this month. It's complete trash. I'm taking this month off. So instead I decided to come at things from a different angle. So considering lately they have us hoarding a lot, even though they swore they didn't want us to, we do have to, and that is just the name of the game at this point. So what better way to play a strategic game than to strategize, right? So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna break down how to hoard effectively. We're gonna go over a surefire way to really collect your gold orbs, have a decent amount of gold, spend it carefully where you could still level up your characters and just stay competitive. So I really hope that this video is going to help everyone out. So the first chapter we're going to go into is gold. So gold is one of the, if not the most important currency in this game. Obviously it allows us to level up our characters and gear and abilities and all that stuff. However, the issue is that gold can deplete extremely fast. So unless you're careful how you spend it, you're gonna go through your gold extremely fast, and you're probably gonna need to buy offers or open up your gold orbs, and then you won't have any gold orbs for these events going forward, right? So this is how we're looking at things. So how much gold are we typically earning in a week? So we're just taking into account things that are literally every day. So if there are any special events, if there are any like they're coming out with the Rocket and Groot event soon, I think there's some gold in there, and they did the Rocket little campaign thing. There's some, I'm not counting those things. I'm literally just counting what you do day to day. So your dailies are going to get you about 230,000. The Save the World milestone, so there's two of them. There's a 24-hour one and there is a 48-hour one. 24-hour one is the one that we're focused on. You should be spending about only 600 energy, campaign energy a day. We'll talk about that in another chapter of why only 600. So almost 49,000 from that. Your Greek raids, if you're doing 4.3, we don't get a lot of gold from that, but if you're doing at least 8 nodes, over 9,000. Doom raids, if you're doing at least 6 on difficulty 3.5, almost 114,000. And then obviously if you're just farming different nodes, different amounts of gold, so and about 38,000. So, and then on a weekly basis there are 3 blitz, technically 4, that go on in the week, so 1.6 million. War, win 1, lose 2, that seems like a good average, almost 1.2 million. And then the gold challenge that comes up 3 times a week, almost 2 million. So in a standard week you're earning about 6 million gold. So now you have to be careful of how you spend that 6 million gold. All right, moving on, there is the golden opportunity milestone. So again, this requires a lot of discipline to do. I understand, FOMO is a real thing. You think, oh my god, I gotta build up these characters, I just got Apocalypse, I gotta build them, take them to gear 16. Okay, that's great. What is that really getting you by doing all of that right this second? Do you remember how long ago Dark Dimension 5 was, and how much we build those characters and took them to max levels, and all that gear 16 we were trying to get, and people probably bought offers, people really spent all their gold. Looking back on that, how long ago was Dark Dimension 5? If you had strategized a little bit better, you might benefit from it more, and this is why. The milestone, I forgot the number of it, but you spend 1,775,000 gold. If you do that in one given day and just hit about that amount exactly, like that amount or just slightly over, you're gonna get about almost 6,500 milestone 3 orb fragments. Are we in 3 or 2? I don't know. But that milestone orb. In a weekly basis, you're spending about a little over 12 million. You're getting about 45,000. So those orbs are important to me. And the reason why they're important to me, and they should be important to you as well, is that those milestone orbs get you the ability to get training mat fragments, Elite 4 credits, and more gold orb fragments. So I want you to think about something. Let's say right this second, you're sitting on 10 million gold, and you have no gold orbs. That's it. You flush 10 million right this second. What do you got tomorrow? What can you level up tomorrow? You're probably gonna get one whole gold orb from completing your Greek raids. Okay, you got another 200,000 gold in there. What are you leveling up with that 200,000 gold? Yeah, you get some from like your dailies. You're not leveling up characters as fast as you possibly. Let me rephrase that. By leveling them too fast, you're denying yourself the ability to actually get more gold. So, like I said, if you strategize it, if you start the week at about 6.5 million, we're getting 6 million gold a week. Starting at 6.5 million. I think I just skipped the part of how much you actually spent. Anyway, that 6.5 million will last you about a week. 13 million is going to last you about 2 weeks because of the amount that you're spending versus the amount that you are earning. This can go, again, that 10 million that you just flushed away in one shot, that could have lasted you almost 2 weeks. 2 weeks of you hoarding your gold orbs, which, again, how many gold orbs are you getting? Your Greek raids at 100%. If you farm Anti-Venom and Echo, the gold challenge, you're getting about 13 orbs a week. That's a decent amount of orbs that you can be hoarding for future events because you're not flushing your gold down the drain. Then you're not forced to open these gold orbs to get more gold. So, and then also, if you're doing the strike pass twice a month, I do it. I don't do the mojo anymore. That thing is completely useless. I do the strike pass. There's another 12 orbs in there, plus the month-long event, another 9 orbs in total for the whole month. 73 orbs. 73 orbs that could last you a very, very long time as long as you're being very frugal with your gold. So I know it seems very difficult to do, but if you really strive to just hit that 1.7 million, it's going to help you hoard. So moving on. Chapter 2, cores. The one this probably will become the second most important currency in the game soon after we get those ultra cores, but it's easy to flush down cores as well. But I really want you to focus on spending about 200 to 300 cores a day. That's it, and you're only spending it on campaign energy refreshes and ISO 8 energy refreshes. The next chapter we're going to discuss that in a second, but why only that? Because that's going to help you in other portions of the game, and there's nothing else to really be spent on. I understand that people spend it on like the character orbs. 675 cores is kind of a lot of cores to flush. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can do that later, but first we need to get to a point where you have a decent amount of surplus of cores to do that. So many times I see people who are just sitting on a few hundred. Listen, I'm sitting on 3,000 right now. I got nothing to spend it on. The next actually good core spending event, am I going to spend that? Absolutely. So where are you getting that? So you're getting about 200 cores a day if you're sitting in the top 50 in your arena. The golden opportunity milestone earns about 50 cores a day. Again, that 1.775 thousand, that will get you about 50 cores. Your daily mission gets you 50 cores. The save the world milestone, the 48-hour one, gets you about 35 cores. And then the strike pass, which is every 2 weeks, earns you about 100 free to play, or 1100 if you happen to buy the strike pass. So in 2 weeks, and I did 2 weeks because of the Save the World energy thing, that's 2 weeks. I figured, let's just do it 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, you're spending anywhere from 2,100 to 4,200 cores. The reason why I put that range of 200 400 for the ISO and campaign energy is because you also do get refreshes in your dailies as well, so that should balance out. Sometimes you might have one for campaign, one for ISO. depending on how many you get, you might have one for campaign 2 for ISO, because I think you get 60 in a day. So that's why I put that range. Sometimes other missions will grant you more, so it's a range. So again, in those 2 weeks, you're earning about 2,800 from arena, 700 from your dailies, 350 from the Save the World milestone, and 100 again from the Strike Pass, 1,100 if you are purchasing, and that's every 2 weeks. So in total, you could either be earning 1,150 cores or go into a deficit of 250 cores. So again, the deficit part of it is probably going to be a one-off. That I doubt anybody would go into that because of those refills that you're getting. But even losing 250 cores every 2 weeks, that's not bad. You know, you still have a lot to work with later on. But earning 1,150 every 2 weeks, could you imagine earning that amount? So in a month, you're earning a little over 2,000 cores. Again, if you're strategizing correctly or waiting for a really, really good character, you might go into some months with 4,000, 6,000, 8,000 cores, depending on how long you really take to do so. Moving on to the final chapter, I want to say, yes, I only did 3 chapters. It's miscellaneous, so this is going to be a few things all up in one. So I talked about your energy, right? You're doing refreshes for your campaign, you're doing refreshes for your ISO 8. So you're doing 4 each. So you should only be spending the milestone in, not the milestone, but your daily mission where you have to spend 600 campaign, 400 ISO 8. That's what you should be focusing on. You really shouldn't be going beyond that. Again, why not? Well, actually, before why not, let's, again, the 4 refreshes, I'm talking ahead. I'm not even reading it at this point, so my bad if I'm a little backtracking. Anyway, so for your 4 refreshes, you get 480 energy for each one, your campaign and your ISO 8. There are 3 energy refreshes within the day for both, so you get another 240 for both. There's 100 energy from the web milestone for spending your 50 cores, which again, if you're refreshing your energy, you should be doing that every single day anyway. So your campaign energy, if you're spending 600 plus your 4 refreshes, the daily refreshes you get at certain times, and then the one from the milestone, you're earning a surplus of 220 energy. For your ISO 8, you're earning a surplus of 420 energy. Again, why is this important? Because there are certain missions that we have to farm special campaign nodes, or the next Moonstone event we have to spend, it said campaign ISO 8 energy. I don't know if it's both. Might have been a typo, maybe it's just campaign energy, but I can tell you right now, yes, I'm sitting at level 92. There are some people who are level 93, 94, but those players are probably, unless they're spending money, they're sitting at 150 energy a day, when, you know, or that's their max. I'm sitting currently right now looking at my game, I'm sitting at 3,005 campaign energy, 4,424 ISO 8. So I'm just kind of building that for the next, let's say, coordinated assault, or the next event where I do have to spend campaign energy, or both energies. Right now they have that stupid Doc Ock auction. I'm not doing that, skipping it. I'm waiting for Moonstone if I have to spend campaign energy. I got 3,000 campaign energy that I'm gonna be able to use versus anyone else who is spending more than their 600 a day. They're spending 800, 1,000, you know, trying to get to the next level. Listen, we all been sitting at level 90 for how long? Whether you get there, what, a week or 2 ahead of me, it won't make that much of a difference when I'm there as well. And again, I will probably get a lot further in certain events than other people. So this is why this is important, and this is why you have to strategize. This is not a knock to anybody who doesn't do this or who just spends regularly, but at the same time, you can't complain or get upset when you have no gold orbs to open, or you have no energy for coordinator saw, and you have no cores left to spend to get energy. Like, you can't complain unless you're actually strategizing. Your raid credits and your milestones. So this is just a given at this point, because they like to do Raid of Fortune last minute. They usually do it when there's like 4 or 5 days left of the milestone, and we never know when they're gonna do it. So just let it sit there to like the last day when there's less than 24 hours on it. Claim it. You just gotta keep track of that. You know, just check back every now and then, see when the milestone's ending. I know it sucks to do it. I wish I could just claim things as soon as we do it, but this is the state of the game at the moment. And then the last thing, your inbox mail. So essentially, you want to hoard this for 1 whole week. Once you can do it for a whole week, once you have the discipline to do it for a whole week, you know, as long as there's nothing going on right now, like right now, there's no claiming of raid credit, so you can hoard your raid mail right now. I know we just had charging stations, so that might be more challenging. Had you done it, you know, a few weeks ago, this would be no problem. But once you get to a point of when you have hoarded everything for 1 week, you're then gonna claim it when it's less than 24 hours and you get back on schedule. The reason why I say that is because think about it. If you were to finish raid right now, it'd be in your inbox, you go and claim it. But if you hoard it for a week, there will, once you finish, let's say your 7th or 8th raid, I forgot how it really goes, you can now go to your inbox, and instead of claiming the one you just finished, you just go to the bottom. It'll probably say, you know, 23 hours left on it. You claim that one. Your arena credit for that day, you claim that one. You know, whether your war falls on whatever zone you are, it's that day. You just finished war, you finish that one, but then now you're claiming the one from last week. So if you can do that, you'll pretty much stay on track, and you'll start you start claiming it, like, you know, daily as you normally would. But then when events begin, like charging station or Raid of Fortune, you now have 7 days worth of mail that you can claim, and then once the event's over, just repeat the process. So I really hope that this video helps out. As I mentioned before, it sucks that we are at this point, but we're at this point, you know, and we have to kind of accept that until they actually change things up and we can get to a point where we don't have to do this. This is the game that we're playing, so we want to, you know, win at this for the most part without having to spend money. This is the best way to go at the moment. So like I said, I hope this video helps everyone out. You know, do your best. It's like I said before, it's really about discipline. It took me a while to get to this point because I hate seeing those red dots, but if you can discipline yourself to do this, when events hit that you really want to complete, you are more than ready. So that's it for today's video. Hope this helped out, guys, and don't forget, keep on shining.